Hello, everyone, and welcome to the lore stream 4. We beat our timer. It seems as if I can't line up the music and the timer every time quite right. But yeah, welcome on in to BBTV, our Beacons Bases broadcast network. We'll be going over apparently something that shouldn't be on the screen yet. There we go. Um, we'll get to that later. This is what I get for double checking
Sneak
everything.
preview.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. We'll get to it later. It'll come up again. So, yeah. As I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Lichmaster98, your host and game master for the Faction Turn game, and I've got our co-host for the lore stream with me here. You want to introduce yourself?
I am Anchor Lufus Calrecht. I am the homegrown disaster of the broadcast team.
That may be a little out there, but I'll take it. Hopefully everyone can hear us fine. Again, let us know in chat if audio balance is ever an issue, and hopefully we won't have any echo from today's wonderfully produced content from our various factions. So we'll be going over different announcements the factions have, recapping what happened last faction turn stream, or just cool things that factions have come up with to share with us. I know we had quite an exciting event last faction turn with the seas of one such planet that caused a little bit of a stir, and we've got some exciting news reports, I think, later on in our broadcast from a couple different hosts that I'll be presenting later, which will be quite nice to see. I think we've seen some cool work being shared in the propaganda and content showcase channels that we'll be getting to a little bit later on. And I think that's about it. Have I missed anything in our show this evening?
I don't think so. Lots of exciting stuff coming up, and let's get started.
Great. Well, let's go ahead and get started with a nicely prepared activity from the Starlit Court. They've prepared a little audio um, snippet for us here and video accompaniment. So I'll go ahead and play their broadcast here now.
The Lady rests ye nights and not let nothing you dismay. The lost High King, our Savior, took power on this day to save us all from our doomed world before we found our way. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. From the High King our Founder our teachings they do come, and unto certain Zelvan brought tidings of the same, how that on Helen Tower was raised High King's banner and drum, oh tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy, oh tidings of comfort and joy. The Salvan at those tidings rejoiced much in kind, and left their kegs a feeding in tempest, storm, and wind, and came to Castle Sea, the High King's way to find. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. And when to the castle they came, where at his throne did stand, they found him armed for battle, his knights were close at hand. His father dead by cruel chance, despite what he had planned. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Now to the King we swear an oath, all you within this place, and with true love and brotherhood each other now embrace. The shine of true enlightenment all other doth efface. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Great thanks to the Scarlet Court for their submission of a very festive song from their faction. I'm
Yeah,
sure
very catchy.
that's quite nice, yeah, for sure. And if you're new here and wondering perhaps who the Starlit Court are, Starlit Court is a faction in the world of Beacon Space, a sci-fi futuristic world set in a galaxy or universe perhaps far from our own, where humans have colonized planets and are rediscovering the sector around them after some disaster took away the ability to travel. If you're interested in finding out more, you can check out the wiki page and contribute to any of the wiki pages, or join the Discord and join in one of the factions. If you're interested in either information for both of those, there are chat commands, either !Discord or !Wiki to get links to both of those.
I don't know about you, but I've been humming that tune since the first time I heard it.
It is very, very catchy and very festive. Now, I believe up next we have a combined presentation from both the Aguamala Syndicate and the Tahora Fai. They've prepared a very in-depth presentation over their local space fauna in the sector, and we'll be displaying that going in through here as a preview to the running report this entire week.
One of my favorite parts of the lore of our setting is all the weird and wonderful creative stuff that people put into it, and this space fauna is some fantastic examples.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started here. And we'll be starting off with the grasping knife beak. Hopefully everyone can see the presentation perfectly fine on the screen. It looks like there's a very nice drawing of what this space fauna looks like, and a quick description. They're a 12-tentacled monstrosity known to grow as large as a Corvette-class ship, and legend says that these grasping knife beaks can reach the size of capital ships.
And if you're a member of Tahara, you might call this a Akora Kamuai. I hope I'm saying that right. And they are powerful enough that they could grab onto a ship and rip it open like they rip open asteroids to consume the chemicals and minerals within. So be avoided if you see these on your interstellar travels.
Quite good advice, quite good advice. It seems as if the next space fauna they've provided for us is this asteroid catcher. It's a spider-like creature that's as tall as a man, covered in dark, wispy bristles that can help it hold onto its webs, quite commonly found in rocky asteroid fields. Quite fittingly named.
Arachnophobes beware, this thing can set up a web in between entire asteroid fields. So asteroid fields appear to be a dangerous place to inhabit along with this in the grasping knife beak. You'd find yourself caught up in the sticky strands and slowly harvested by the asteroid catcher's long spindly limbs. Hopefully don't find one of these in your bathtub tonight.
Sounds quite dangerous. I'm glad all of our travel is more than safe, provided by the BBTV. Next up, we have the herd eels, an eel-like creature with sharp teeth, which can be grown to a size of 2 meters when fully mature, and is natively found in the Tuthum system. Apparently, it's not really considered much of a threat, but you can find them quite commonly.
Yep, they are smaller than the other creatures, seem to be general space fauna. To the Tahara, they are known as the Mokai, and they have actually been bred and partially domesticated to help with scouting and tracking larger fauna. So while they could be a threat due to their sharp teeth and their bioelectrical bursts, they tend to be more helpful than harmful.
Quite interesting. Skimming right along, we've now got the Fontali, perhaps? I'm not entirely sure on the
Fantai?
pronunciation. Perhaps, yes. They are a large ray-like creature, which is said to just never stop growing, though few apparently grow larger than a small spaceship, and they can be found quite anywhere in the sector. Maybe you'll see one on your next journey through space.
There's stories that they lead lost travelers back home, like the mythical dolphins of Earth. And given they never stop growing, it's theorized that out there in the depths of space is impossibly large fantai that we have just not yet observed because they don't like to come close to civilization. But they photosynthesize, they live off the light of stars, and sometimes they'll be attracted to sapient constructed light sources. But the smaller ones are considered a nuisance because they can obscure lights and latch on and act as nursing children. So
Do you remember that
best to
last
be
time
shooed away.
we had a small funtai take over one of the windows of this broadcast studio? It was quite disappointing. The lighting team was all up in arms last time. They could never get the lighting right.
Yeah, we busted an entire neon letter in one of the signs.
Quite costly to repair. Moving right
Mm.
along. We've got a second eel to consider of the burrowing maw eel. Is a small eel-like creature with razor-sharp teeth which able to rotate quite like a drill. Also found anywhere in the sector. Luckily, we've not had one on BBTV station anytime in recent history.
Yep, they are incredibly dangerous. They will latch onto anything and bore straight through it. So make sure you have your eel repellent on hand. To the Taharawai, they are known as the Wanai or Wani, and best to avoid or exterminate. Don't let these latch on. They will go straight through your hull, straight through your electronics, and once they're in, they will die, and then you'll have to deal with that mess.
Sounds quite disastrous. Continuing along, we've now got to the Nebula Walkers, a large sea dragon-like creature with trailing fronds resembling stardust scattered across their bodies. Most commonly found in new nebula, where their camouflage can be considered most effective. I believe there are a few companies offering luxury cruises trying to find such a thing.
Known to the Aguamala Syndicate as the Australis Nebulae, they are peaceful and they are beautiful. They sprinkle like starlight. They are sought after and they are beautiful, beautiful creatures. It's a shame that they are so often hunted rather than appreciated.
Quite. We'd like to thank everyone from both Tahorify and Agumala Syndicate for their contributions to this presentation, and of course if you have any further questions about these wonderful creatures, you could reach out to their factions for more information. Hopefully we'll get some wiki pages as well if you're wanting to take a deeper look at the images or details of any of these species as well.
Thank you for all the effort that's clearly gone into that brilliant submission. Thank you to Harawai and Aguamala Syndicate.
It is quite great, and we thank all of it. Well, I think that covers those three factions presentations. Seikal, do you know which faction's next?
Next up, we have dun 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 serious stuff onto the concert of chaos.
Ah, Concert of Chaos. I think we have breaking reports from the planet for such a document, don't we?
Yes, our central planet is undergoing some structural turbulence, it seems.
Great. Let's take a listen in from our report from the planet.
Hello, Tellus. This is your favorite reporter, Chaz Gusto Prime, here with the latest, and this one seems ripped straight out of a movie script. All the details, believe it or not, have been verified by insider sources over the last few weeks as events unfolded. According to our sources in The Vein, in the third cycle of the Age of Spring on the Thucydian calendar, Hemisphere Logos of the Children of the Vein granted divine mandate to Bishop Elsley Arbor to ensure the security and development of the great work of the Tellus Terra Group Initiative, providing resources and personnel to aid in the holy task, deploying and going so far as to deploy Bioshell Unit Infantry Division Gospel and Strike Fleet Rites of Spring to Tellus. Appearing before the TTGI Overseers Board in earnest, Arbor pledged a wealth of resources, strength of arms, and medical expertise to the Tellus project, renewing the Children of the Veins' vows of devotion to the great work in their own earnest. As Arbor's pledged personnel and resources flowed into Tellus, a black site designated BSXT-09 operating on the planet was discovered by agents of the Vane Intelligence, as they suggested had discovered something of significance in the ruins located on Tellus. Analysis found evidence consistent with the Amelhart Institute. Correlation deemed likely. When reached for comment, an Amelhart Institute representative denied the existence of any black sites on Tellus or anywhere. Once Bioshell Infantry Division Gospel arrived at the Tellus planetary starport to secure local infrastructure, agents of Tahora Y were alerted and confronted them, believing Tahora Y to be in direct conflict with the invading forces. Silent Knight cargo specialists, a motley crew of saboteurs, rallied to themselves to resist. In haste, they planted a variety of improvised explosives and other traps designed to cripple approaching Vane combat shells. More accustomed to dealing with traditional spacecraft rather than biotech infantry, the Y were unable to effectively counter the Vane's symbiotic combat organisms' approach. The impromptu ambush devolved quickly into a firefight, resulting in crippling casualties for the Silent Knight. Though Division Gospel reported opposing forces neutralized, rumors persist that some survivors of Silent Knight have managed to retreat and go to ground on Tellus and await exchange and fortune. Shalini Mageo, Tahora Y, representative to the TTGI, had this to say on the matter. The attacks against the porters and engineers contracted from Dine is an inexcusable act by foreign shock troops. This unasked-for military presence, coated in a paint of peacekeeping, renders the cooperative mission of the Tellus Terror Group Initiative a farce. The blood spilled by these soldiers and ships will not be forgotten, and by what reports have told us about the conflict at the docks, the meager workers would have given as good as they got had they been fighting true warriors with honor and dignity who didn't hide behind biomechanical suits. Indelible ink will mark the names of the fallen Y into the Tellus history. May maw eels feast on your entrails. A powerful statement. Following the starport incident, Bishop Elsley Arbor ordered the Bioshell Infantry Division HIM to attack BTS XT-09 in an attempt to remove the opposition. However, black site personnel on the site had been prepared, weaponizing some form of artifact in order to set off an auditory disturbance. The resulting anomalous effect triggered traumatic neurological episodes across the division as Bioshell companion operators lost control of their Bioshell units, with scattered reports across the field, Bioshells attacking their allies and feral berserker Renzis. Truly shocking. When asked about reports of Vane Bioshells attacking each other in the field, Bishop Arbor refused to comment. Embarrassed by the Ground Division's performance in the face of alleged Amelhart Institute traps, Bishop Arbor submitted an appeal to the symbiote captains of Strike Fleet Rites of Spring. Responding to Arbor's appeal, the orbiting bioships of Strike Fleet Rites of Springs unleashed pods of locust reaper swarms upon Black Site XT-09. The living weapons quickly breached local defenses, devastating the facility, nearly annihilating Black Site operations entirely. Though some personnel have escaped, efforts to neutralize and secure the area of the Black Site XT-09 are still ongoing at this time, with scattered reports of operators eluding Vane forces currently. And that concludes our Tellus report. And what a report it was. We had intrigue, firefights, traps, explosions, and lost artifacts all in one. Tune in next time for the latest updates on this developing story. This is Chaz Gusto Prime, blipping out.
Thanks, Chaz, for that amazing report from the surface of Telos. We appreciate all of the work that our fine reporters in the field do.
Thank
And
you for that special report from the ground.
yeah, it's quite great. We have several other reporters working on this breaking story across the sector, including a report just in from the Children of the Vein. Let's go live to their announcement now.
Oh, happy day. It is with great joy that we, the children of the vein, commit ourselves to the defense and enrichment of Telos and the great and holy works of the Telos Terra Group Initiative. As our bioships bring vital resources to Telos, and our mighty bioshells give themselves to the divine labors of nurturing life in this promised land, we also merrily announce the opening of free gene clinics and shelters across Telos for the relief and support of the colonists and pioneers of the great interstellar nations that pave the luminous path forward with their toiling hands in the name of righteous progress. We humbly pledge our full strength and expertise to this most sacred task ahead in order to build a future for all cultures, creeds, and walks of life on Telos and beyond. May your gardens be blessed by the age of spring.
Thank you for the stunning report from the Children of the Vein. It appears they've given their explanation for the actions they've been taking on the planet of Telos. And
I travel down from here to Talos quite often. I'm looking forward to checking out a free gene clinic. Could
what
finally get rid of that mole between my shoulder blades.
that's the only thing you're looking forward to? Man, quite a boring option, don't you
Well,
think?
sorry for wanting things, I guess.
Very well. I suppose if that's the best you'll get. Maybe we can
Anyway, it
get them
seems
to.
like Telos is becoming a political battleground between several groups in our great sector.
Yes, yes, it quite is. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, I think we have a breaking report from the Emilhart Institute. It appears we've had a a document. Uh-huh, I'm here to understand that this document is supposedly classified, but it's been acquired by some of our reporters, and well, it looks like Control wants us to go ahead and run the document anyway. So what you're seeing on your screen here has been some collected reports from the Amelhart Institute. Apparently, this was distributed as an operationals document. We're just getting it in now, so we're not entirely sure what's on here. Um,
Should we be broadcasting this?
I don't know. It's got something about here about having the proper clearance, but Control said it was okay, and they're the ones in charge of what we show. So,
Encryption level 6, compromised by enemy agents?
hmm, seems quite scary.
Hellfire Protocol?
Is there something about? Well, there's mech assault units. Quite interesting. There was a relic. It appears to have been secured.
I'm not sure we were supposed to broadcast this.
Well, at least it won't be our fault. Control in the control booth will have some explaining to do.
Yeah.
Also,
Uh,
apparently that message wasn't a drill, so
Everyone who saw this, please forget you saw it until we've cleared it with legal.
yeah, that sounds great. We'll just ask our audience not to acknowledge
Yeah,
the existence of this document. It's
the
just
trillions of you that are out there, just do us a favor on this one, please.
what we deeply appreciate it. Well, after all that, I think we're gonna have to take a quick commercial break. Let's flip over to some of that, shall we?
I'm gonna contact our lawyers.
Feel free to. All right, and we've got some images then from, I believe Cato is the creator from the assembled Commonwealth, and they've got, and let's see. Oh, it appears it's way too large on the screen. Apologies. Let me try to fix that. Apparently the broadcast control booth forgot to preload these images apparently, and they are way too large on display. There we go. Now we can kind of sort of see the poster appropriately. There we go. We've got this poster right here over the belt toils, encouraging individuals to sign up for the Commonwealth. And then we've got a second one here. I think we have some Navy propaganda, if that's correct. And it also, Control Booth seems to have screwed up and forgot to preload this image, so we'll just give them a moment while they resize it live on screen for us. There we are. Perfect. We've got some Commonwealth Navy advertisements. Apparently, the Navy would like them individuals to join and to serve the common good, whatever the common good for the assembled Commonwealth may be.
Well, the Beacon broadcast would like to remind you that we remain politically neutral on all matters. I will say that I support the Commonwealth in everything they're doing, and I am signing up today.
Sounds quite great. Perhaps I'll encourage some of my friends to do the same. And again, we thank Cato for such wonderful images. The advertisements that they've been making, these posters have looked great, and we wanted to make sure they were appropriately shown off on stream. You can find full res versions of those if you go up a little bit in either propaganda or content showcase as they've been shared about a week or so ago.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful work. Thank you, Kato.
Right. And I think that brings us on to another live report from TELUS. It seems TTGI has had some recent discoveries, and let's get into the breaking report there. After some continued terraforming efforts on the central planet of Tellus have unearthed what looks to be previous projects on the world. While science knows much of the development of Tellus has been lost in the past, it seems like an old infrastructure project is being further unveiled by the TTGI. While they cannot confidently report to this station the purpose or extent behind what they found, they have made a statement that the structures on Earth are extensive and clearly designed with some function in mind. What that function is, who built it, how long ago it was built, and how much more there is to find are all questions that currently remain unanswered. Let's go live to a reporter in the field with more information.
As you can see on your screens, during a routine expansion of foundation works in the capital city, this ruined entryway to an underground complex of buildings was unearthed. The metal seems to be of a duratanium alloy, an alloy that has not been used in construction for some time due to its tendencies to degrade in nitrogen-rich atmospheric environments. While the metallurgy reports this to be very old construction, several mechanisms and devices embedded within the structure seem beyond our current level of technological understanding. Of course, it's only a matter of time before the TTGI uncover the rest of the secrets hiding in this discovery. Also found within the ruins was a crate full of what appears to be substances speculated to be food, secured in plastic containers. The risk of opening these containers until the contents inside can be established is too great. The team making the discovery is not yet confident in transporting them away from the site. The TELUS Chemicals, Consumables and Compound Service, also known as TC Cubes, has pledged to send a team with inspection equipment at the earliest opportunity, as soon as the end of the week.
Did you hear about the construction worker that fell down the hole? Yeah. Yeah, no, crazy. Harold Conway asked to be anonymous. Yeah. No, they took him to Central Medicare, not the South one. Yeah, he emphasized this emphatically. Privacy. He didn't want anyone to know his name. Very private is Harold. Yeah. Room 621 in the East Wing. Hey, don't you think it's weird that all of the guards go home after 9 p.m.? Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. He definitely has a bag full of materials from the site. That thing was like, when I was there, it was glowing. I bet there's some really valuable stuff, like, with him. It's a good thing that we're the only ones that, like, know or have seen him, because I bet it'd be really easy to take that stuff off a guy in a full body cast. Yeah.
Ahem.
Oh, God. I hope that doesn't get out.
Ahem.
Yeah,
Ahem.
weird.
Excuse me, Calbrick. Calbrick. I think we're live back in the studio now.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we're live. Yeah. Okay, we are. Welcome back to the broadcast.
That wasn't me.
Huh. Huh. All right. Let's. You did mention you had called lawyers on the last break, didn't you? You may need them.
Great.
Anyone know a good law firm? Uh, any recommendations? Maybe one of those trillions of viewers will call in and let us know. Just like they're forgetting that document we probably definitely weren't supposed to run earlier.
Well, now I definitely need to run away and join the Navy.
That is one good option, I suppose. Well, let's see. Anything else on the report this evening that you're aware of? After all that's happened and all of our breaking news.
I'm receiving a breaking report from the Telas Aerospace Institute that they have a warrant arrest for one Beacon Broadcast TV. I'm gonna go. Thanks for having me on the show today.
That's right. I'll just
I I have places that I need to be.
great. I'll just finish out the rest of the show this evening. It'll be fine. As you can see, perhaps you've noticed, we'll have some up and coming fun other shows for individuals to catch. You can catch the Anthology of Space Fauna running this entire 10-day at 7:30. Also, you could find out perhaps more about a funding scandal at TTGI. Is the entire project a scam? There's a blistering new report running weekly at 2900. And the astroneurologist Sarah Catherine has theorized in an exclusive interview at running live at 30 o'clock the galaxy may have a rapid transit network. For any of that, check out the other BBTV shows that'll be running this week on Tellus. With that, I've been Lichmaster98, your host, and hey, Calbert, you
I've
still
been
got your mic
Lucas
on?
Calvert. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, everyone.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream and all of the fun lore you put together. We really appreciated all of it. It's been great to see all the fun content to get produced. And I hope you also enjoyed our introduction to the new exploration possibilities on Tellus. Maybe there's more details to be discovered here. Hopefully, factions will find out, and we'll get to create some more content around that. I think important dates coming up. Just to go ahead and give a reminder on stream, they're already available in the Faction Reps channel, but we just wrapped up with this lore stream, and then we'll be taking a little bit of a prolonged break, a little bit longer than 2 weeks. Um, it'll be about 3 weeks before the next faction turn, so we can give some space for holidays, so that that doesn't interact quite as much. So keep in mind that after the new year, that we do have a rather quick turnaround, with January 6th being trade lock, January 7th being the turn orders lock, and the faction turn will take place on January 9th. If you have any questions, of course, for any of that, reach out to me and let me know. Have your faction reps reach out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the basically mentally faction turn game that runs based off of a set of community rules. And if you're interested in finding out more, you can join in our Discord. There's either a link down in the description if you're watching the archive of this, or you can check it out in chat with a chat command. I think that's about it. Any other comments from you that I've missed, Kalberg?
Nope, other than thank you for watching, and thank you to all of our submitters as usual. I know it takes a lot of effort and a lot of work to put stuff and lot together for our community, and I appreciate everyone who does so. Thank you very much, and also thank you to everyone who helped out with the audio segments today.
Yeah, great thanks for that. I think that about wraps us up here at quite nice time. I'll be leaving you here with some new music as we fade on out. Catch you in a couple weeks.
Bye bye.